Hello and welcome everyone. In this video I'll show you how to turn a photo into a work of art using Exposure and SnapArt. Exposure is our full-featured photo editor and organizer, and SnapArt creates painterly effects that look like they're made by hand. Both of these titles are part of the Exposure bundle. If you don't own it already, you can download the free trial from our website. Before applying effects with SnapArt, consider making adjustments to prepare the image to receive a painterly look. Editing the image in Exposure first can help the photo read more like a painting later. Here are a few ways to prepare photos for painterly effects. Brush strokes in painterly looks will weaken image detail, but clarity will help them from bleeding together. Clarity enhances midtones of the image and adds sharpening, which emphasizes hard edges in the photo. For creative uses like illustrative looks, a much higher amount than normal can be used. Bold, beautiful colors can look great in the final piece. Exposure gives you several options to control colors in the image. The saturation slider boosts all of the colors in the photo at once. The vibrance slider is a little more sophisticated. It only boosts saturations in less saturated tones. For more control, use the HSL sliders in the color panel. Boosting the saturation only in the midtones increases color contrast with the dark shadows, which can make the painterly effect appear motley. Rich, saturated dark tones are a great way to show texture, but a highly textured look doesn't work with every image. Vignettes are a great way to help focus the attention on the subject, regardless of the type or style of artwork you're creating. There are vignette controls in SnapArt for the painterly look, but adding a vignette now gives you additional creative options. Use a vignette to add a smooth, subtle darkening to the image and draw attention to the subject. Or use a white vignette to redefine the edge of the painting by introducing negative space. Exposure has several unique controls for creating detailed vignettes with an organic feel. With your image prepared, right-click and choose Edit Copy in SnapArt. This will make a copy of the image that includes any adjustments applied in Exposure, and then open it in SnapArt. In SnapArt, the presets can be used to apply a finished look, or they can be used as a starting point for your own creative effects, just like in Exposure. On the left dock, open the folders to browse the presets for each style. Oil paint is a traditional media for portraiture, which will help the effect appear more realistic. The thumbnails show what the effects will look like on the image. Resize the dock for a larger view. With a preset selected, use the controls on the right dock to customize the painterly look for each image. First, make adjustments for the appearance of the background in the shot, temporarily ignoring the subject and small details. Use a larger brush for more abstract strokes. Increase the stroke length to smooth the backdrop and emphasize the brushing. Set the color variation low as to not introduce distracting color elements. Then, use detail masking to build up depth and emphasize areas with more detail. Portraits are a great example because you want to focus on the subject's face. Select one of the detail masking presets to adjust the painterly effects. Set the mask tool parameters and then brush a mask on the face. With the mask applied, adjust the controls to customize the look in that area. Additional detail masking areas can be used, each with their own set of controls. Add a new area for regions with even more detail, like the eyes or nose. Effects you apply in SnapArt can be saved as presets, including any detail masking. Simply click the plus button on the Folders panel to create a new SnapArt preset. This enables you to use the same look again in the future. Click Save, and SnapArt will render the image and return to Exposure. Make further adjustments in Exposure to finalize the piece. Look for unwanted tones, especially in gray hues. Darker colors that contain saturated pixels can be emphasized with painterly effects. This image has subtle red and pink coloring in the background because of this. Reduce the appearance of the red saturation with the HSL controls. Adding contrast can enhance the feel of thick paint and brush strokes. It can also add emphasis to important details, like the highlights on the face and paws. As a final step, make adjustments to emphasize the eyes in portraits. There are several methods to draw more attention to the eyes. In exposure, use a new layer to apply an adjustment to the eyes. On the brush panel, use the Enhance Iris preset and brush over them. The mask created with your brush strokes will designate where the effects apply. And that completes our lesson on creating works of art from your photos with exposure and snap art. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about the exposure bundle, head over to our website and download the free trial. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates about our latest videos.